You know what I hear all the time?
Sunny, my place is just too small. There's no way to make it look beautiful.
And honestly, that's just not true. Small spaces get such a bad rap. People assume you need a huge house, a huge budget, or both to live beautifully. But today I'm going to show you 5 design secrets that can completely transform even the tiniest space. I live in a very expensive city where most people live in shoe boxes, so I've picked up a thing or two about maximizing minimal space. These are tricks I use with my clients as well as my own home all the time. And don't worry, I'm not talking about ripping out walls or dropping a bunch of cash, unless you want to, of course. These are clever, practical design moves that anyone can do. My goal for this video is for you to see your small space with totally fresh eyes. Let's dive in. Okay, let's start with the most obvious one. Scale and proportion. If you've ever walked into a small room and felt like the furniture was suffocating you, it's probably because the scale was way off. A sofa that's too bulky or a coffee table that eats up half the room makes the space feel even smaller, obviously. On the flip side, furniture that's too tiny can make a room feel like a dollhouse. And honestly, I think furniture that's too small can actually be worse than furniture that's too big. What you want is the Goldilocks rule. Not too big, not too small, just right. And here's how you do it. Go for slimmer silhouettes. So things like armless chairs, sofas with legs that show the floor, tables with glass tops. They just visually take up less room. And don't try to fill the width of your wall with a sofa. Just because your wall is 90 inches does not mean your sofa should also be 90 inches. You need to give it breathing room, which means adding side tables, even if they're skinny 10-inch ones. And use multi-purpose furniture pieces. A storage ottoman that can double as a coffee table, or a console that can become a desk. Let me give you an example. One of my clients who was downsizing brought her sofa from her house into her condo. She had this giant sectional sofa crammed into a small condo living room. It was literally the first and last thing you noticed when you walked in. We swapped it out for a love seat and 2 slim lounge chairs, and suddenly the room had breathing space. Same square footage, completely different feel. And if you're thinking, but what if I have people come over and I only have 4 seating? And that's a fair point, but I would challenge you to think about how many days in a year you have more than 4 people over. I bet you it's no more than 10 times a year. You have to think about the remaining 355 days. How are you using the space the majority of the time? Set up your room in a way that makes sense for you, not your guests that come a handful of times a year. So when in doubt, measure, measure, measure. Your furniture should feel like it belongs in the room, not like it's visiting from a bigger or way smaller house. Dark corners are the enemy of small spaces. They make a room feel heavy and closed in. So your job is to flood that room with as much light as possible. The best place to start is always with natural light. Don't cover your windows with heavy drapes that block half the sunlight. Hang curtains up high, almost to the ceiling or right on the ceiling, and let them fall all the way down. It makes the window look taller, which also makes your ceiling feel taller. If you don't have great natural light, that's where layering comes in. Most people stop at one ceiling light and call it a day, but small spaces need more than that. Add task lighting like lamps or sconces, and don't forget accent lighting. Even a tiny LED strip under a shelf can make a world of a difference. And here's another trick. Mirrors. Place one across from your window and it'll bounce that light right back into the room, instantly doubling the brightness. And don't overlook bulb temperature. If your space feels cold and sterile, switch to warmer bulbs. I personally like 2700 to 3000 Kelvin, which is on the warmer side, but it's much more flattering for us. It's such a small change, but it changes the entire mood of your space. Honestly, there's so much to say about lighting, I can probably make a whole another video about it, but we'll leave it here for now. Most people only think about the bottom half of their space, but your walls and ceiling are free real estate. And in a small space, that's gold. If a space feels unfinished, but you can't quite put your finger on it, this may be the reason why. Install floating shelves and don't treat these as just for storage. It should also be visually interesting. Go for tall bookcases that draw the eye up. Mount your light on the wall instead of eating up table space. And I love placing a tall plant in a corner, even if it's fake. It gives some green space and it fills the top half of your room. And don't underestimate vertical lines. Ceiling height drapes, tall plants, even molding or paneling. They all elongate the room. Your eye goes up, and suddenly the room feels taller and grander than it actually is. A lot of people think, if I add more furniture, I'll have more comfort. Wrong. In a small space, less is actually more. Think about how you move through the room. Do you bump into the coffee table every time you walk to your sofa? Is your dining chair crammed against the wall? If yes, the layout isn't working. You can fix this by designating each zone, like a reading corner, a dining nook, a workspace, but don't cram them all with unnecessary furniture. Remember, furniture needs breathing room. And this is where smart storage hacks come in. Going back to ottomans with hidden storage, beds with drawers underneath, built-ins that go all the way up to the ceiling. These keep the clutter out of sight so your space feels calm. Everything you own should have a home it returns to after it's been used. I hate to tell you this, but your room isn't magically going to grow larger, but it can look larger if you use a few tricks. Color is the easiest one. Lighter tones reflect light and make the room feel airy. Rugs are another big one. People think small room equals small rug. No, that's the fastest way to make your space feel crammed. Go bigger with rugs, large enough so your furniture sits on it, and suddenly the room feels like it's expanded. Reflective finishes also work amazing. Mirrors, glass, metallic accents, they bounce light and trick your eyes into thinking the room is bigger. In my home, we have a whole bunch of mirrors all over the place, and it definitely helps open up the space. And last, keep your palette cohesive. Too many colors or clashing patterns can create chaos if it isn't done right. Try sticking to a few colors and repeat them around the room for flow. But don't go crazy on me and obsess over a single color. That's not what I'm saying. And if you don't know the difference, then you should probably hire an interior designer. Ultimately, what I'm trying to say is that your home doesn't need to be bigger, although that would be nice. It just needs to be smarter. Every square inch can work harder if you design it that way. When you start seeing small spaces not as limitations, but as design challenges to solve, that's when you start thinking like a designer. And if you found yourself nodding along to this and thinking, I love this stuff, that might be your sign. Maybe you're meant to become a designer. That's exactly why I created a course for aspiring interior designers who want to turn their passion into a real career without going back to school or working for a firm. If that sounds like you, click the link in the description to learn more. And if you want weekly videos that'll help you build your eye, your confidence, and your design skills, hit subscribe, you're in the right place. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Now go make your small space look like it was designed by a pro. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.